here on Dust2 for map number 1. We're into the best of 3s of IEM Cologne, and this is where the tournament begins to heat up. One of these teams is heading to the main event, and the other will have to continue their run in the play-in. Team Spirit 2.28 odds to Vitality's 1.66 on the 1x bet odds, and we're here on Dust2 as we get things underway. Chop is going to have a smoke and a flash.
Getting underway into this one, Vitality are our favorites, but we can't count Team Spirit out of this series. They've recently played at the CIS RMR event. They finished 3rd place there, only behind Na'Vi and Gambit, and they only lost against Na'Vi in that tournament, which goes to show the sort of competition they were playing in that event. So Spirit are a very dangerous team. They can be a very streaky team, though. They really live or die off their individual skill.
Yeah, they lost a map in pretty much every one of the series as well. So you know they aren't getting the wins convincingly, but they're getting the wins. Now, so we'll see if they can do it here on Dust2 up against Vitality. Looking into middle, it's ZywOo. They try and peer down into the mid position. Smokes up. No, I think the world's best player race between him and Simple has... I think Simple's clearly pulled away ahead, so I think it's a really good chance here for ZywOo and IEM Cologne. First land back to start delivering. shox certainly delivered the goods in one opening kill. Dexter down, Apex and Kyojin getting all the frags, and finally something comes in for Team Spirit. They're taking so much damage. And right now, Vitality in a very comfortable spot. Mir and Young starting to drop off short and figuring out where they want to go with this. They've gone in towards tunnels, and Vitality making the quick rotation back over to B. Young's going to try and cut off those rotations if they are coming through those mid doors, but right now that's not the case, and actually they think about going back over towards A. Team Spirit giving them the go-around.
Because SDY heard those steps, he thinks it's been an over-rotation to the B site, but Kyojin still lies in wait alongside ZywOo. And that's actually one aspect where ZywOo is still ahead of Simple this year, is in the pistol round rating. ZywOo, I'm pretty sure, is #1 in the world. He has a 1.40 pistol round rating this year. Pretty nuts for him.
That's nuts.
Even that round, he gets dinked. He still gets a kill for his team. Vitality go 1-0 up early. Good start for them. Spirit just not being able to find much as we went into the mid-round there. And I am a little surprised we don't see the force-up from Spirit. Without that bomb plant, I guess it would have been weak, but oftentimes I feel like they're a team who are just willing to brawl, willing to go with the Deegs, but not here. They're just going to save.
Yeah, I mean, we do see Team Spirit often go for those economic decisions, but Vitality should be given a second round here, no problem. I think it's good to get around like this, to settle into the best of 3s. And ZywOo is about to make a lot of money off the back of Apex Flash. He's about to throw it. Goes on in, and ZywOo unable to get anything out of it. Molotov will hold back Team Spirit. In fact, holds them back far enough that they've decided committing to short's not going to be the call. They've left Magix down below Apex. He's going to check it. It doesn't really matter because he looked over the top, and that's going to allow Mir to swing on him alongside Magix, and the combined damage of the Glocks allows a kill. So we are into a 4v4. It's only an MP5 that has been given over to the T's. If they can get a bomb plant out of this, they won't be complaining, but the player they've got to get through to get that bomb plant is ZywOo, and that's not easy at all, especially with that flashpoint from Kyojin. ZywOo cleans them up. 4K in the round for him. Really nice stuff.
That's why you put a bit of time into that MP9 spray to clean up those rounds as easily as possible. Can be slightly difficult to control at times with the fast fire rate, but ZywOo makes it look easy. And with all that extra cash, it's straight in with the AWP for ZywOo. Into the 3rd round, you've got to deal with that CT sniper. On the Spirit side, though, the reason they don't go for the Force previously is so that they can get the AKs in this one. So let's see what they can do. A lot of firepower on this roster. Mir's down to 1 health early, though.
Yeah, not a good start at all. Mir just getting chunked down. And Team Spirit giving a real rough start into this, but at least they keep him alive. They don't lose the player. Him being alive is a big difference. Another talking point is Dexter back on, well, first time on LAN for Dexter. And he has been a hungry player. We'll see how he performs here on LAN, and ZywOo is going to be the challenging player around the corner. He gets tied up a little bit, but he gets out of dodge. Now the attack from Team Spirit starts to come in towards this A bomb site. Young eliminates ZywOo quickly, and now the A play is starting to look real deadly for Team Spirit, especially with that kill from Dexter. Apex on the double, though. The FAMAS getting it work. And now it's going to be a 3v3. Vitality on the retake. Team Spirit looking to try and hold this post plant down. They've got Mir coming out from long as well. As Apex, the player that did a lot of work to put it in this situation for Vitality, is trying to get some more out of it, but he's down and out. Chopper's found 2 players looking the wrong way, and that's going to be enough. It's just shox left alone now in CT spawn. He's got the AWP in hand. He's going to try and hold for some exits to try and carry this AWP to the next one. Team Spirit, good short execute, good kills coming in from them. Especially on the ZywOo. I thought ZywOo was bound to get a kill there, Hawker.
I'm pretty sure he ducked in real life when he was falling down there because he was just terrified. He knew Spirit were about to run at him around the corner. And then he tries to back up, but it's really difficult once you drop down like that to get a good angle with the AWP. Even if he gets this shot to go his way, he's probably just so exposed that he would be traded. It's a quick kill from SDY. And even though Apex tried his best, Chopper comes back with a double kill of his own. And Chopper being such a good fragger is part of the reason why this Spirit team can rely on their skill, rely on their loose play style at times. We even know that previously when Spirit were trying the 6-man roster, they'd take him out of the lineup sometimes. So
yeah,
it's clearly the fragging that Chopper's bringing as an IGL and then a loose system to work with. In this round, they're going to go to B, but shox switches to the USP just the wrong time, and that's the round.
That's it done before it really even got started. We were setting up the round and immediately 2 quick kills in the B-bomb site's enough. And shox, that's always a frustrating one. We've all been there. But you don't want to be having that happen here in Cologne. Chopper's rocking that beard.
He's looking like a lumberjack, man.
Yeah.
I guess it fits with the name. Chopping down the wood.
Chopper the lumberjack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now we just need to get him a big checkered shirt.
He must have the best beard in CS.
Nah, dude.
It used to be
unreal.
Edward, I think.
Yeah.
But Chopper's just next level.
No, that's some wizard stuff right there. Wizard Chopper.
Love it.
And Magic's obviously with the best hair as well. Imagine Chopper with Magic's hair.
Oh my god.
Now that is something.
Another fun matchup here is that Dexter-ZywOo matchup, just because Dexter was a player who, when he came up, said he really looked to ZywOo for inspiration. He looked at ZywOo's demos quite a lot. He likes to be that sort of AWPer that mainly focuses on the positioning more than anything else.
Yeah.
So that can always be an interesting matchup, because if Dexter has actually watched all those ZywOo demos, there's a chance he's going to predict some of these plays. There's a chance he's going to read him. So that could be a really cool one to watch for.
I think the Dexter talking point is actually really interesting, because we got a little listening to shox, who was talking about how Kyojin came into the team, and because it was immediately into something exciting for him, a big breakout in terms of getting into Vitality, he started to pick up the pace really quick, right? His individual form was good. He was learning very quickly. He was having good performances. And that fizzles out eventually, right? I think the same can be said for Dexter. He's a player that came into this team, was lights out immediately, was on a really good form patch, and has kind of slowed down a little bit recently. So I think this is, we've got 2 comparisons there between Dexter and Kyojin.
Yeah, it's really become the mere show for Team Spirit in a lot of rounds now. He's so good in those aggressive spots, but here's that Dexter playing style we were talking about. Looking for the pick, but it's the quick play into the B-bomb site. shox gets the early frag. Masuta here to help.
Yeah, Mio's come in with a trade kill, though. Only 1 kill for him in the round, and Dexter quick to reply, this time on to Masuta, and Apex not able to get enough done. He goes down, Young's quick headshot allows it. And the smoke down as well, cutting off the information supply for ZywOo, and the nade will soar in, it catches Chopper. Luckily did not land on Dexter, would have gone down to the Itchy. ZywOo is trying to chip away through the doorways. He's not going to be able to come out with anything, and that's a save call again. That B-bomb site, I think they look like they had done enough initially, because they stopped Mir from getting that first more than 1 kill, right? But in the end, it's just too many Team Spirit players running down that B site.
They were stacked ahead of time, too, with Apex on that B site. Maybe partly as a response to losing B so easily in the previous round. I think it's very easy to say maybe Spirit will go back to that. I think Spirit are the sort of team who, if something works, they might just go back to it in the next round. I think oftentimes they come up with their plans based on the game and based on what they think will work. So it was a good decision by Apex to stack the site. Just didn't work out as well as you would want it to. Bit of a slow start for Masuta, unfortunately, who is playing that B site with shox. You can see why shox was hyping him up. They play the sites together. They clearly like to play with each other, but so far hasn't been working out.
And that's really interesting as well, because obviously shox is saying that you can see the difference, you can feel the difference. And I think that's probably mainly because he plays on the same bomb sites, right? You're going to feel the synergy with your teammate much better. Masuda's only going to be on a P250 in this round. The rest have Deagles. 1 AK in the hands of Hyojin. Once again for Team Spirit's the B site hit. And there's only one player over here right now. Masuda is starting to smoke and he's taken out of play. By Vitality, I'll probably think about stacking that B bomb site after the last couple of rounds for Team Spirit, but they do it elsewhere.
They had the 3B in the last round, right? They
Yeah.
had Apex over there, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, in this kind of round, right? Because you obviously have the weaker weapons. You kind of expect a B stack to come in, but they stacked on the other side, expecting Spirit to change it up. I think this might be the last round. Team Spirit rush B like that, though.
I don't know. If there was a team that would do it, I feel like it'll be Team Spirit.
Yeah, true. It's like the old VP mentality, right? It's just keep doing it until they stop us.
They love a good B rush.
Rush B. It's the CIS way.
Ooh, good shots from ZywOo. Something I will say about Spirit is that in their Dust2 game against Na'Vi, I'm pretty sure they went 13-0 up on their T side. So I'm expecting their T side to be good here. That's something that Vitality, I'm sure, will be considering and maybe just trying to get as many rounds as they can from this first half. But really, Spirit are just so good on both sides of this map.
It's just incredible watching Team Spirit on the T side because they don't do anything that's mind-boggling, right? They play Dust2 as their mid-map. So, I mean, it's all just about using those individuals and they rely on it, and sometimes they can come under a little bit of criticism, but if you have these individuals, why not just rely on them? Because they're still good pretty much all of the time. Sumda Young leading the charge this time up short. It is a bit of a change-up. They're not going back at that B hit. There's some utility used up early for Vitality in towards the tunnels. But this is much more of a default round out of Team Spirit, taking that quick short control. They take this so lightning fast, right? Because the other teams we've seen earlier today between Big and Sprout, their short takes certainly come in most rounds, but it was taken so slowly, so methodically. Team Spirit don't waste any time.
ZywOo barely got back from long in time to spot out the early smoke, the early player peeking over the top of it. Now he's got to use the counter nades.
Oh, that might land right on top of them. It does. Really good damage out of that Itchy, and now he's looking for a kill. The smoke out of the box, though, covering off the heads. And ZywOo has not been able to see them just yet. Eventually, will start to look for the fights. He's found one under Magix, but he's lost his teammate in the meantime. And that bomb plant starts to come in for Team Spirit, looking to secure it, but ZywOo tries to be the nuisance, tries to find another kill, but Mir just fights out the AWPer and Sumda Young as well. This is unbelievable from Team Spirit. Once again, Vitality forced away to the save call, and you think they've got a much better chance, but those headshots, nothing you can do about those.
It's a stupendous shot from Mir through the edge of the box. ZywOo didn't do a whole lot wrong there, in all honesty. He just went ahead and tried to take a fight, and Mir was just so fast at dealing with him. You can see the Spirit playstyle coming through. It's well suited to Dust2. They can take fights as they move up catwalk. It's hard to stop them. They're going to get those duels. Even a smile creeping onto the face of Degster after this strong start. Yeah. Looking very comfortable.
I mean, yeah, a start like this, especially for a player like Degster who hasn't had experience on LAN after such a shaky performance this morning where you don't really know if you're even going to get that win against MIPR. I think settling in against a better opponent, a different caliber of opponent in Vitality, getting a good start it's almost necessary to calm the nerves of this Team Spirit team and a few of these players. And Magix, he has played a LAN with Team Spirit, but not too many. I think he's only played 2 or 3 maybe? So hasn't played that many LANs at all for them, so I think it's good for him to settle in as well. 5-2 up for Team Spirit. And for Vitality, it is the double up setup out this early. Will that be enough?
Degster holding the angle, but gets blinded. Hyojin able to position himself in pit. Not quite getting that AWP battle yet. Both AWPers waiting for utility. They're getting flashed back and forth here. This is crazy. They keep just holding the angle, getting flashed, and then having to go back off the angle. It's exactly how the AWPers like to play. Both of them, they like to just get in a good position, hold that angle. It's cool seeing the utility go back and forth so much, though. Yeah,
ZywOo forced back again by the flash, but this time he's going to be aggressive. He's going to hold his ground. He's not going to fall back from this position. Instead, he's taking more space to the AWP. He's getting closer and closer in towards short. But I think he's found his angle. He's just going to hold it. And Team Spirit look to try and come up in towards his B side, but look at that from ZywOo. Grid awareness to try and catch them as they fall back, and now the pop through middle. Shox to the secondary op, this time from the B double doors, and ZywOo right to the CT smoke, gets another one. Huge play from ZywOo in the round, and ZywOo is now left alone. The double op setup from Vitality has completely crippled the attack of Team Spirit. And ZywOo is looking to pick up the scraps. He'll look around him. No one giving him a single inch. And finally, Masuda puts him out of his misery.
And puts himself on the board. First kill for Masuda, good to get. ZywOo's movement is just a thing of beauty, though. This counter-strafe. You don't see AWPers counter-strafe like this too often to get the first kill. Through the smoke for the second. Just picking his spot every time. Yeah. His positioning is so good. Maybe the best in the world. And shox' second AWP also comes into play. That was a good switch up on B. I think playing against Spirit, those double AWP setups can be strong. Oh. And now ZywOo's picking his spot over through the mid doors.
On top of his teammate's head, and now the attack out long. Missed shot this time from shox, and that will allow Chopper to get out of there alive. That's information picked up. That's the secondary AWP towards long this time. It's not towards B, so they've made a switch up here for Vitality. Now Team Spirit are aware of that. Now they go back up to short. shox is repositioned. He once started the round at long, but is now over here at short. He's going to try and hold this position down, and this time he won't miss. Over the top of the fire. Difficult to see those shots sometimes, but hits the shot on the Magics.
Doing his best ZywOo impression.
Yeah. It's like, whatever you can do, I can do nearly as good.
And that's all we need.
Yeah. That's all anybody can ask for.
Well, they know the AWP is here, but they may not be ready for the AK of Apex to gain such ground, especially with that smoke down. He can dodge the flash, and Chopper drops down but gets caught out. Apex unloads into the smoke for a double. Another round for Vitality, who have bounced back really well in these last couple of rounds.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch the adaptations being made. I think a few more risks being taken as well in terms of some of the fights Vitality have been able to go for. And I like that, you know, playing off some of the more traditional individuals. Like, Masuda's been quiet, but ZywOo and shox hitting the numbers. And this double up setup, ever since it came out, it's been difficult to deal with for Team Spirit, just because of how dynamic it is. They're changing it up so often. shox, once he misses that initial shot long, he's already short. So Team Spirit are going to try and up the pace, knowing they're up against the double up setup, but it's not going to work. The rifles hold.
Kyojin on long has an important position here on the CT side. Here goes Masuda, though. Aggression at just the right time. The flash is good. He's going to clear it, but SDY eventually gets the kill. Took him a while. Didn't pull the trigger initially, and now Magix finds a fight on mid. Apex caught off guard as that rotator. ZywOo has to plug the gap in towards CT, but the B site is being taken as we speak.
Oh, Mir and ZywOo have cracked open Kyojin and shox as well. It's just ZywOo left alone, and Vitality. Their run of rounds have come to an end. It's Team Spirit back to winning ways, and ZywOo left trying to save this AWP. Player at blue, and ZywOo's going to see him. It's not an easy rifle to take out. It's Mir to really try to sell the fake with a pistol. It's not going to work. He's not going to bait ZywOo out of that. He's just going to hold and wait for his prey to come around the corner. But look at ZywOo being pushed from the other side along. ZywOo goes in for the kill, but the peek is out immediately from Mir. Great discipline. Great idea just to try and keep ZywOo pinned and focused on him while his teammates come out from long and they get rid of everything.
Vitality there got the man advantage and still committed to that B tunnels push. That was a big call to make when Kyojin gets that early kill on long. You've got the 5v4, which you could hold, but they wanted to take a bit of ground towards B, which they haven't really done so far in this game. Unfortunately, though, it ends up costing them as the round kind of collapses from that point onwards. It leaves the B site weakened. Once Apex goes down at mid, it opens the door entirely, but at least they still have a good buy here. And I've been enjoying how often we're getting that head-to-head between ZywOo and Degster. Hoping we get to see it more and more throughout this series.
Yeah, it's not an easy head-to-head for anybody going up against ZywOo, but Degster, see if he can hang for the rest of the series. It's quick to know we got another map at least confirmed between the two teams. It's been a great start so far. We're into the best of threes now, as indicated at the top of the HUD. Is a new heads-up display we're using at this tournament. I've been loving it so far. And now Team Spirit start their walk up through Catwalk again. Very early take of it, and then they slow it down. Once they take that control, they're willing to slow down the round, but they want to get short first. And they've got everything covered in terms of aggression. It could be flanked. It long is the biggest weakness right now. And no one from Vitality is going that way, so Team Spirit can focus in on this Catwalk execute. They're going to have to test ZywOo, and he has not really been missing so far, so they're going to try and challenge him. Going to hold his position strong. It's 1 kill on the Magics. Apex has gone down, and they might just dive down into CT and try and avoid the scope of ZywOo. I think that's a pretty good call. And Dex is trying to watch his fallback onto the ramp right now. So ZywOo's doing a good job of just staying alive in that position. shox needs to get back into the B site. It's going to be a call from Team Spirit to go away from B. It looks pretty indecisive right now for Team Spirit.
Where are they going? They've got 10 seconds, but they've got to kill onto A. Maybe it'll work, but Kyojin's arriving. Can he deny? He's got the kill. The bomb is dropped, and that's the round over. shox can just hide on the B bomb site. Just taking too long to make up their minds.
Yeah, I don't even know if they knew about the clock right there, because you see them going into tunnels, and they're like, hold on, we can't make it to the B side, and they run back up short. Oh, Team Spirit, that's indecisive. Maybe waiting a little too long. They got that short control really early, but it's the execute that didn't really get going. One player committed to it, the rest kind of just watched him go to his death and just slowed it down completely. It felt like they were in two minds of what to do there.
And with the way that Spirit play, that might happen to you sometimes. We do call them quite a loose team. I don't think they're always coming up with those ideas at the starts of the rounds and always trying to follow through on them. I think they are a team who oftentimes call plays on the fly. Apex watching his teammates monitor there to throw the flash for him so that he knows when he needs to throw it for Kyojin, who gets that bit of info before backing away. Yeah, it's those small things that make a good bit of difference on LAN. Looking at your teammates monitor. Small things that can absolutely help.
Well, execute looks to come through again from Team Spirit. They're up in towards short, but when you have a player over in the B side of the tunnels, this is much more like a B split call, right? You want to at least have that player up in tunnels. You didn't really have that option in the last round. So if you're going to go and fake out short and drop back in with a B split, you want to at least have some prongs to the approach up in B. And it looks like it's just going to be a heavy hit through the tunnels with one late lurk in middle to cut off those rotations. shox has got over here with the AWP. He's got Masuda on his right side for the rifle support. shox blinded though, so Masuda has to do a lot more. Sprays with the M4, gets away with one, but only 1 kill on the B hole. That's not going to be enough.
Kind of surprising that shox almost wide swings there when it feels like he should be the player that's getting set up for the trade frags. Because Masuda's so close that he doesn't have a safe spot. He can't delay with where he's positioned. So as soon as shox swings, if he goes down there, Team Spirit are going to be able to get that B site pretty quickly. And at that point, shox can't delay because he's gone down. Masuda can't delay because he's committed to the angle. They were really just relying on winning those early trades. And as soon as that doesn't happen, this is the scenario you're left in. It's a very all-in setup on that hold.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, the flashes have been so good for Team Spirit in this game so far. I don't think you've been really given a free ult pick, have you? So I think, you know, committing to that ult bind goal, you're immediately a goner if a flash comes in. So, yeah, definitely going to have to change that one up for Vitality. But for Team Spirit, this B site has been finding quite a bit of success. Masuda has been a little bit quiet, unfortunately. I think that has been a real weakness that Team Spirit have spotted. I think the last round, even the one that they lost, they wanted to go B in the late round, but just didn't have enough time to go there.
And that's the upside of the way Spirit play. The downside can be sometimes maybe you don't make the decision quickly enough. The upside is I think they can be very exploitative. They can just look at what they think the weakness is, and they can be quite loose early, and then late round they can call wherever they think the weak point on the map is. And clearly right now they think that B site is favorable for them. It's been working so far. That was a decent opportunity for ZywOo, but the nade still lands. Mere down to about half health early, so no kill, but still some damage.
ZywOo hasn't really stopped, has he? We're here on LAN again, and he's 15-4 on Dust2. He's having a good start. I think Vitality are relying quite heavily on him right now, though. There's no one really there with him. It was shox towards the start, but even he started to quiet down. He's missing a few shots that he should be getting. So they're really trying to set him up for these openings. They're putting a lot of pressure on him to try and get these kills, and Dexter wins the battle this time. So ZywOo down. He's got to rely on his teammates. Apex, he's at Goose, and the flash goes over the top. Peek out. Spray onto one. Oh my god, Apex is not clean at all. He gets at least one kill out of it. Magix is going to be able to trade it up very quickly. And Magix might just get another one as well here at long. Good utility, spotted the head of Kyojin. Throw some utility down, and Kyojin sprays into the open. But it's Chopper and Magix getting the kills, and Vitality once again lose the site convincingly.
Always hard when you lose that early player on A so soon. Apex maybe could have made the difference. The palm tree flash is always one that's good to throw. Lands in those leaves, so it's hard to see from the T side, but they were well spaced enough where not too many players were blinded by it. And then at the end of the round, I think Kyojin wasn't entirely sure that he had to be ready for those players on the site itself. It looks like he wide swung towards short when there were obviously players on the site. So unfortunate position, but Kyojin can't do anything on that rotate back from long. It's looking like Team Spirit should run away with this half now. 9-5 looking likely.
Oh, Magix out long and had a little bit of a duel with Kyojin, and Magix comes out of those very well off. It's going to be shox just getting one out with the Deagle, but a bit of a nuisance, and that's all because he's traded out pretty efficiently. And now Team Spirit with the man advantage. About to walk into the B-bomb site. ZywOo's about to make the solo play over here. And Masuda, good kill on the Deagle. Often a strong spot for those body shots to be landed. But the real play is out towards long. And ZywOo's once again lost his life to Dexter, who's not missing this time. A second in from him. And now just Masuda left alive. He's got an AK-47 after the fight on to ZywOo. So a valuable weapon to save into the next round.
I feel like Masuda especially is good at those Deagle body shots in the B tunnels. I've seen him get kills there a lot, and I've seen him get multiple kills there in some ridiculous moments. But Spirit continuing to find their success. It's turned much more into a game where they're just getting early kills, getting themselves onto these sites. Vitality unable to delay these pushes, unable to slow them down because they're so quick. Because of that, they can't rotate in time. You can see why Team Spirit picked this map. Even though it's a strong one for Vitality, I think Team Spirit are picking Dust2 against almost any team in the world right now. And that's why, going back to the veto, I'm not sure if Vitality needed to ban that Ancient. I wonder if you do just ban the Dust2 against this team, because I don't think Spirit are picking Ancient here.
No, I don't think so either. I think actually it would have been a really good call, but it just shows how uncomfortable Vitality are on Ancient that they don't even want to even float that, right? They don't want to risk the fact of going to Ancient. They would rather play Dust2 against Team Spirit than Ancient right now.
It is slightly awkward because Vitality picked Dust2 a lot themselves, so obviously they think they're very good on the map, but
yeah, you got to be confident in your own
Spirit just crazy good on this.
Yeah, Spirit are, in my opinion, the best team in the world on this map right now. There's no one that's even really come close to beating them recently. It's well, Navi, of course, putting up a decent fight, and now shox is going to try and peek out in towards tunnels. Dexter's down. Team Spirit have looked indomitable so far on this T side. Only a couple of rounds for Vitality have been working. It has been that double op setup between shox and ZywOo, right? That's been able to get them a few. They're going to try and slither away with another one. shox has got a kill. Apex in towards mid. Able to take Mir out of the round, and that's a big player to lose early if you're Team Spirit. You're down 2 players now. You've lost Mir, who's often such a good impact player for you in those late round executes. Dexter out as well. Chopper at Magix, they've got to do something here, and shox right through the smoke just as it faded away. Magix is brought down. I think this one's a goner. I think Vitality have got a 6th round at this half.
Smart play from shox there, going down low on health, getting back to, I believe, that headshot angle, back on the B site to make himself really hard to hit. That's exactly what you want to do with that AWP when you are low on health. And at this point, it is feeling unlikely for Spirit. They'll give it a go, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, they got to give it a go. Last round of the half, and Masuda with a headshot, Chopper down, and now just ZywOo. trying his best to pick apart the pieces, but it's not going to work out. It's 9-6. Team Spirit lead going into the second half. It's the first best of 3 here at IEM Cologne. We'll see if Team Spirit can close out their map pick and send us to the second. Right now, Vitality, they have struggled in the first half. Hero moments out of ZywOo, a couple of rounds out of shox, but they do salvage 6. And I think that's actually quite a good result considering the first half from Team Spirit. Vitality get a good start in this pistol round, they might just be right back into things.
Let's see if they can go ahead and come through with a good T-side start. ZywOo was avoided fairly frequently in that first half after a great start for him. Here in the second, it's not going to be as easy to dodge him, but Miz just found 3 kills on the mid-hold. Just like that, Team Spirit find themselves up in a 4v2.
Yeah, Mir just clicks 3 bullets. They run right into his crosshair. 3 easy headshots for him, and the ball goes down. shox looking to try and get something out of it. Quick little tap out to the left side onto Sumda Young, and now he's looking for more. shox is dancing around, playing with his foot. He's got another one. shox, this is incredible so far. He's looking for the final shots to land, and he hasn't been able to get it. Running out of ammo, so close. Down Chopper going for the knife, but shox, what a beast. That pistol from him has just given him a much-needed pistol round.
The hype is flowing for Vitality after that one. A 2v4 turned around. There are those shots from Mir, and somehow that may not even be the biggest highlight play of the round, with shox coming through on the B site. And Vitality were getting very excited after that round, so they need the timeout. It's so cool to see these sorts of timeouts come through now where, because the players are all together, the emotions are flowing so much, they're getting so excited, they're having to call the pauses. We used to see these much more frequently back when we had the LANs, and everyone, I think, is just so excited to be back on LAN that when you have one of those plays, everyone just goes crazy.
Yeah, it's always a hype environment, watching the teams get excited and hyped up around individuals having a big play. And I think we've seen the early VTs kind of talking to the players about which player is going to be impactful on LAN, which player is going to deliver something, a moment, whether it be emotional or performance-wise. Everyone from Vitality was saying that Apex is generally the player that gets the most fired up, gets the most hyped. So let's see if that continues to happen here. If Vitality starts to claw this one back, Apex looking for a pick down in towards middle to start things off, at least looking to dish out some damage. Hasn't been able to do that, and Vitality has sent 3 players down into the lower tunnel. Kyojin will be the player leading the charge of the MAC-10. He's going to go through the double doors, smoked off a CT, flashed in as well. This is a quick play from Vitality, looking to pressure this B-bomb site. 2 in defense right now for Team Spirit. It's difficult to hold on with these MAC-10s running you down, and they're going to start clearing out the sites, the close corners. Mir's got 1! Mir gets away with a triple! I have no idea how he's done that, but now there's a real chance here. Masuda and shox looking to try and pull this off. Vitality are suddenly down and out of the round. They're going to be planting the bomb in the middle of the site, and shox has got the AK. He has to deliver something here. Mir has just dug them out of a hole.
That AK of shox could still make the difference, though. Masuda has another smoke for door, but they're not looking at tunnels, and Chopper's sneaking in.
Yeah, but the AK now can peek out into them. That's a good kill from shox. Didn't walk away with a double, but he starts to clean it up, but Magic! What is that? That first headshot is just ridiculous on the shox, and the second on the Masuda secures the round win. Team Spirit, Deagles, equal wins.
Just 2 players doing it. Getting multiple kills with the Deag. Oh, Mir on the site. We've got to see this again. First player flies in, but no one there to trade. He just starts spamming the doors. Kyojin flew in a bit faster than his teammates, and then Magic, so quick on the first headshot, can then transfer to the body shots on the second. Vitality looked like they had breathed themselves some life back into Dust2, and now it's been snatched away from them. Now they need to win a full spy, otherwise they could go down pretty heavily here.
Team Spirit have brought the same level, the same kind of rounds, the same madness from online into LAN. This is what we've all been waiting for. Will this happen? And the answer is yes. So far, so good. And Dexter now holding for the mid walkout. Flash actually, second one completely blinds Mir, but Dexter and Chopper getting a couple of kills between them. They've recovered it out early, 14 Spirit, but shox on his deagle starts his play in towards top middle. And now it's just Magix and Some Die Young. shox and Apex. AK-47 for Apex, and needs to spot out Magix there, and he has just done that. He knows he's in that corner, but he can't get the angle, and Magix starts to back away and reposition. A much smarter play there from Magix to change up his spot. And Apex is now fixated on that position, aware of the whereabouts of at least one. Some Die Young, he's in towards the B bomb site. He is relatively low on health, and the utility starts to come in, allowing him to realize that, okay, the B tunnels play might just start to come through. That's something he needs to be aware of, but he's about to be split from two sides. He needs to be aware of that. Luckily, his teammates helped him out. Magix on the kill. It's just shox on a deagle. You know what he can do, but he's planting on the opposite side. I thought he was going to go for the safe plant. A little strange to plant on that side.
A bit surprising he wasn't aware of the potential peek from window. Unfortunately, can't get that bomb down. Well played by Magix there to focus that fight on Apex too. Yeah. Important kill to get.
I guess shox thought that the window player was going to go door. I guess that's the only reason why he would go for that. But no bomb plant means they can't really even upgrade their pistols here. So this is going to be a pretty lackluster investment for Vitality. They will have a deagle P250 in there, but the rest are on Glock. So this should be Team Spirit picking up a lot of money. Lovely view of shox's hair, by the way.
He's got some good hair.
I mean, shox's hair cam should be at every event.
Yeah, absolutely. Thought he might get a chance for the deagle kill onto Chopper, but that SMG has played back on the site now after being on short early. Baiting out a couple of nades. That'll force some reinvestment from the CTs. So even though it looks like Vitality aren't doing a whole lot here, they're still accomplishing a couple of small things. Eventually, though, they will have to make up their minds, and looks like they have made up their mind. They want to try and see if they can get this bomb plant on A.
And Dexter's going to be holding for it. Vitality need to put pressure on the AWP. They got to run boost, offset the crosshair, create chaos to allow this bomb plant to start to come through. And there's the run boost over the top. Dexter not getting a kill. Now too many players running him down. You don't want to repeat too much into the pistols. You might just lose your life. And he's pulled out the sidearm. They're doing well here, but the bomb plant's starting to come in. And it's confirmed. They get the money. That's all Vitality wanted in this round, and they've got it.
Good little money maker for them. Spirit won't be too disappointed, only losing one player. Chopper should go get the M4 and the kit, so they can carry that through and keep all their rifles they had in this round. 12-7 though, Spirit edging closer and closer to victory here on Dust2. Not much margin for error now for Vitality into their T side and into their gun rounds. This is where I'd love to see ZywOo start to take over, because he had that brilliant start, got up to 15 kills very early in the game, and then was unable to have much more impact. It felt like Spirit were dodging him really effectively in the first half. Here on the T side, that shouldn't be allowed to happen, and Apex already running out through long, catching Chopper off guard early with some flashes to help him. Apex is still just drawing the attention here, but he's alone, and his teammates are going for the mid play.
Oh, Amir, he's got to be able to step up here, but luckily the rest of his teammates have got kills as well. Makes his job much easier. Amir gets away with another one. Bomb down, and Vitality just have shox left. He's going to try and pull it off, but through the smoke, Magix gets the line up. shox's head comes tumbling off his shoulders, and this is convincing from Team Spirit. 13-7. Anytime Team Spirit get to pick Dust2, anytime they get to play it in the series, they're rubbing their hands together with excitement because they know what they can deliver. And we talked about their T side being the strongest affair. Their CT side ain't looking too bad either.
It's looking just as good here. Especially because if you're playing a map, normally teams come into that map with a game plan, with an idea as to what they're going to do in their first couple of gun rounds. They've put that time into figuring out what they want to do early on into these rounds. They normally have that set plan in mind, which won't change. So that was Vitality's best guess as to how to counter Team Spirit. Apex was even able to get that early kill on Long. He was able to draw the attention for a while, but Spirit still had players in mid just waiting. They didn't over-rotate, they didn't bite, they didn't fall for the fake of Apex on Long. And their reward is now only having to deal with the pistols here in round 21.
Often these Tech 9s can be quite deadly if used effectively into the B hits. Sumda Young is going to be playing over here with his AWP scoped in for the first. Deep smoke, usually a contact smoke to explode through it for Vitality. The pistol's trying to get close. Good flashbang. Good timing on the flash as well. Allows him to get close to the site, but Mira's holding on. He's got a double kill, but Kyojin and Apex getting a quick kills on the pistols themselves. Now look for the bomb plant. Team Spirit have to consider how they're going to get back into the retake. Do they want to go in immediately? But if they take their time, look who's in behind them. Masuda, he's dropped down into CT spawn, and the Tech 9's getting ever so closer to one player outside of B, and that's information. They can focus on tunnels now. Quick kill from Masuda, and now all they need to do is focus on the tunnels retake attempt. Apex has the scope in. He's looking for that quick kill, and that's Team Spirit forced away. The reward was against the pistols, but they lose to the pistols in this round.
And Masuta's lurking the whole time in this round. So Apex and Kyojin both have to get those kills onto the B site. If they don't deliver those frags, they're not going to get onto the B site. If they only get one kill between them, they're going to be shut down. And then Masuta's not going to be able to do much on that flank. But instead, they get both of those kills that were required of them in that position with the pistol. That was a position where the round really was on a knife's edge. There were a couple of fights there for Vitality that simply had to be won. As soon as they win them, Masuta does a great job at just getting in behind, playing it patiently. And because Spirit only had the one man on that side, as soon as he gets the kill, they can all focus tunnels. There's no way in for Team Spirit, and Vitality give themselves another lifeline with that round win.
Shox trying to get an early pick here out towards Long. It hasn't really worked for him. And Dexter, he's just holding for this Xbox peak. And below it, Kyojin. Dexter getting close, gonna throw the HE instead. Now starts to drop back into the site for more passive setup. Team Spirit not really giving too many fights away to Vitality early. ZywOo was really trying to find that opening. They have relied upon him a lot to try and get these opening picks, but look who's caught up with him. shox is up there, 16 kills now. Apex just down below on 12. ZywOo, shox, and Apex, the core of this team, really making it work. And there's going to need a lot more out of them. They're still down 13-8 right now. And this utility that Team Spirit have been able to hang on to is making things a little difficult. And look at Magic trying to get out towards Long, but facing ZywOo, you've got to be so quick. You've got to be lightning fast in those headshots, and that AWP is going to take down the Long play.
This is what we were waiting for. ZywOo on the AWP now on T side, but SDY has fought right back. Smoke's coming into A, and Vitality with little time remaining may just have to commit off the back of them.
Oh, well, they're coming out towards Long. Apex is going to be the player coming out of Long itself, and he's not ready for the wide angle of Chopper. And now this Long hold is going to be so strong. Dexter can focus in on short, knowing his teammate's still alive. They're going to throw some utility on him. Vitality just trying to get towards the site. There's only 13 seconds left. They've got to get the bomb planted. As they start to plant the bomb now with 8 seconds on the timer, Chopper goes up and shox. He is just doing so much work. A double kill out of him. And now SDY and Dexter trying to make it work. Masuda is getting a kill back, and it's now all just down to Dexter. Deagle in hand, he's looking for these quick kills. Kyojin's close by, hiding at the boxes, and Masuda's further short. Dexter with a quick no-scope to the head, and now gets info of where Masuda's playing from. 100 HP, stick coming through in the defuse. Defuse just being held right now by Dexter, and Masuda swings out for the headshot. We talked about how it's Apex, shox, and ZywOo showing up, but in the end, it's Masuda and Kyojin that close out the round.
shox tossed the bomb to Kyojin here, and for good reason, because he's going to go ahead and defend his teammate. Second flick was so snappy, And then at the end, Masuta playing on short. Unable to trade Kyojin initially, but I think Kyojin still did a really good job at just staying in his position, forcing that full commitment to the site. And even though Masuta couldn't initially trade, put him in a good position to win the round. And now, Vitality should get double digits here. It's only default pistols on the majority of the Team Spirit players. We've got a game on our hands. It was looking like we were reaching breaking point earlier on, but a key round won by Vitality keeps them in the game. Nice shot coming in from Apex. The USPs aren't doing badly over towards long, but winning the round still seems unlikely. And I'm just glad we're going to get some more full gun rounds, because I want to see if ZywOo can come through on this T side and can get back to that crazy form we were seeing earlier. Stolen AK for Spirit, though. I'll take that.
Now, you take out whatever you can in these kind of rounds. shox is going to start looking for his next victim. Sorting out the ramp. Pistol. It's just a Glock here for Magic. It's really trying to take him out. The Glock's trying to line up the shots, and so patient and so safe there from shox, not overcommitting to the fight. Takes his time, gets his kill on the Magics, and now just Dagster saving that AK in the next one. And it's about to be Vitality up to double figures. We've got a game on our hands right now. Because Team Spirit, when they last played Dust2 against Na'Vi, it was 16-9 win for Team Spirit against Na'Vi. I think the closest game they've had recently was against Virtus Pro in the RMR, which was a 16-13 win for Team Spirit. So Vitality, we'll see if they can do any better than that. Maybe their weakness just comes against teams that begin with V.
Maybe.
Even then, it wasn't enough.
They have lost it a couple of times in the last 3 months. Only twice.
Yeah,
once against Gambit, once against G2. Two very good teams.
Yeah, on Dust2 specifically as well.
Absolutely. So Spirit clearly up there right now. Oh, shot lands. Mir down to 20 health at the start of the round. And this is the full investment from Spirit. This is a round they are relying on to make this game comfortable. Otherwise, it starts to turn into a very close scoreline.
The short take from Vitality. It's going to be slow, it's going to be methodical. shox going to be using up that utility, just allowing Vitality some breathing room. They're going to start sending players out long. Magix is about to be tested. So often he can be a beast in this pit. Let's see if he can pull anything off here. Magix looking to be the snake in the pit. Smoke goes out in towards long. Magix holds. His venomous strike has not worked out this time. Masuda has taken him out of play with the AK. Another great kill for Vitality. An awful start really to the round here from Team Spirit. They haven't really even been able to get trades going. And the long head's still looking strong for Vitality. There's still just under 50 seconds left in play. They've got options available to them. This tunnels play from Mir might not work out because shox is ready for it. Mir's taking more damage. He's down to 11 HP. shox has got a teammate coming through T-spawn as well. Mir's got to fight on these two angles with an MP9. He's doing a good job of staying alive right now. He's gone down into the lower tunnels. Elsewhere, his teammate's got a kill as well. Kyojin's down. The long play starts to come in for Vitality. The CTs have been pulled into middle, and that has opened up the A site completely.
It's put some kills on the board for Spirit, though. Now they can compete in this round, but Mir has got to be caught out soon. How is he alive? Finally, Apex finds him. The only shot that was needed to finish the job. It's a 2v3 for Spirit to try and come back from. Chopper is still so far away. It looks like they may have just called this round off straight away, realizing that A site would be too difficult to retake. So slightly uncomfortable for Vitality, but they do enough. And they're slowly grinding their way back into this game. And it comes back to that earlier round where they had to win that hero round to put them in a position where they get these consistent gun rounds, where they can consistently break that CT economy. If they didn't win that earlier round, they might not have got to this position. But now that they have, they're on a roll here.
Yeah, it's great to see that as well, and I think Team Spirit for the first time on Dust2 are starting to sweat because timeout coming in. shox has been unbelievable so far. He's taken over ZywOo in terms of kills. I was actually quieting down quite a bit in the second half. He was lights out. He's up 15 kills first couple of rounds. It's gone real quiet, and it's been shox that's really made the difference there. Masuda as well, really good step up from him. If you remember the start he was off to, it's been great to see him getting much more involvement. For Team Spirit, they're going to go for what seems to be a light investment on a couple of players and just keep around 2k in the bank. And so this round should be Vitality's. But then again, you do have an AWP still in the hands of Dust2. You still have an AK here for Chopper. You never really count Team Spirit out of these rounds, but Vitality certainly should be favored coming into round 25.
Both AWPers blinded, but ZywOo can hold the angle. Kyojin not ready for Chopper, though. The aggression comes through into the lower tunnels. And Apex also caught off guard. SDY with a kill for his team. And all of a sudden, it's Team Spirit who get the early kills and steal some guns.
Yeah, this is nuts. Team Spirit just go for some wild aggression and just catches off Vitality completely. Oh, Apex just had no idea. He was looking the complete opposite direction. And now they're going to try and fix this problem by going long. But Chopper's got over here with an AK. Dexter's over here with the AWP. This is the best chance for Team Spirit to win the round. Vitality looking to put pressure. Good flash. Gets Dexter off the angle. That's going to force it back into short. Magic's close by with a deagle. We know what he can do with that weapon. We've seen it so far already. Vitality can't afford to lose a round like this. They're going to start to play with the gaps and the smokes. The deagle primed and ready to strike. And this time, his bite might just be lethal from Magic's.
Oh, what?
Another gap. They re-smoked the same side, but there's a gap in the smoke. Vitality using the smokes in the wrong spots. And Masuda luckily getting the trade kill back. Chopper's gone down, but still lying inside of CT is currently Magic's on the deagle. He's an expendable player. He's going to try and get the boost going. The ZywOo through the smoke. He's found a double kill, and suddenly it's all falling apart for Team Spirit. How have they done that? How has ZywOo and Masuda pulled off this round? Team Spirit had that one in the bag, and Vitality pulled it out.
And ZywOo's just so relaxed about it. He's so nonchalant as a player. There is something that's just so joyful about watching ZywOo play, because it really feels like he doesn't realize how good he is at Counter-Strike at times. He just thinks that's normal. He just thinks that's something most people can do. But he sprays two through the smoke. Another day in the office for ZywOo. Masuda coming through with more impact. And we've got a game on our hands. And wow, what a shot from Masuda. Yeah, Insta-kill.
Oh, this is like the first map. Masuda's got another one as well. Kyojin's gone down. Dexter Magic's replying quite quickly, but ZywOo on the gap in the smoke is able to get a kill for Vitality and keep them up to the man advantage. The Frenchman currently in the lead by one player.
No smoke.
SDY's been good. Yeah, no smoke makes things real difficult to get this bomb across when you've got an AWP here. And Mir's still alive. Molotov into the middle of the site. Itchy soaring after it as well. Apex not allowed to plant the bomb, and there's that kill from SDY. Things are starting to look a little rough for Vitality. This round might just start to unravel in front of him. Mir goes forward. He's been so good so far with his A1S. Apex, and it lands on top of his head. Mir going for some jump spots, trying to get the info, and Apex goes for the fight. Doesn't get anything out of it. Now trying to reposition using the cover. Quick headshot. And now Sumda Young turns back, somehow gets the kill on shox. And now the flash at the ready, but he's just going to try and take the fight. Apex slithering around the box is playing it to perfection, but SDY, a huge round out of him. The 1v2 clutch. And the kill on the cross as well, taking ZywOo out of play, was incredibly important. And that's going to be the 14th round. Team Spirit bringing the defuse down. And now they're 2 rounds away from victory here on Dust2.
Difficult shots for SDY there, especially for someone who isn't normally a primary AWPer for the team. But he does a great job at reacting for that first kill. That's the one he likely should have been caught off guard by, because he knew where Apex was, but he turns onto shox. That is such a good shot to kick it off. And then Apex comes so close at the end there. Really down to the wire in that round, but Spirit have an important round back. Question is, can they do it consistently? Smoke goes in. Masuda got the early long kills last round. This time, though, won't have the same luck. We're trying to use that T-side smoke to keep him safe from the mollies, but not able to sit on the angle. So Vitality will turn their attention elsewhere. Chopper's quite vocal right now.
Yeah.
Maybe making sure Dexter's got his back as he repositions to the site. You know what I've noticed about Dexter? Sometimes he nods his head while holding an angle. He's like a little nodding dog.
You're really staring at Dexter's eyes when he's holding angles.
I'm loving the player cams, man. I'm looking at them.
And it's like, oh, they exist again. They're not just they're not just robots playing Counter-Strike for my enjoyment. They're human beings. Although some of the stuff they do really makes me think they're robots. Insane.
Ooh, will Magic's push long here? He hears these smokes now. They could communicate that.
Masuda's just going to run up. This B horde needs to stay strong. They need to get something out of it. SDY looking for it, but it's Mir on the double kill. Nearly gets away with a third there, but Kyojin quick on the headshot. And now as the B play starting to come through, shox holding off the rotations as well. They can't get the players over to help out. Magix has been dropped, and now Chopper tries to get close, but shox is just hitting everything. What a performance from shox. I am absolutely loving this right now. shox is 22 and 17. Dexter with the AWP. No scope on shox. Easy kill for him. But the round itself, he's so far removed. So it is just a save call, and in behind him is Apex, trying to get rid of this AWP. Dex is just going to hold in the middle. And Apex starts his flank through T-spawn. I don't know if he'll be able to get the angle on Dexter here in time. Oh, he has. He's just spotted him go over, but he doesn't want to give away that he's hunting him down. He doesn't want to give him that time, so it really comes down to the final second of freeze time here. Will there be a kill just at the end? And it's Dexter's kill. He holds on to the AWP. Much needed that for Team Spirit.
Huge play from shox. He was the pivotal player in this round because Magix did push through long. Eventually, he got that info. The B players knew it was almost certainly a B-sided play. They were able to do okay on the hold, but Magix tries to come back through the mid doors and didn't account for shox. You assumed they would have all committed to the site take. And look at the position that puts Team Spirit in. Only the saved AWP to work with, and Dexter wants to make the most of it.
Yeah, he's really got to make that sing, and Dust2 is often the playground for Dexter. How many times have we seen him back in his Espada days just have these hero performances? He can make that all work, especially on the CT side. He's got to try and do it here for Team Spirit. Utility going into middle. Vitality sending the rifles through lower tunnel. Can get pretty messy against these Deagles of Team Spirit, especially with Mir close at hand in mid, but that's a lightning fast headshot from Kyojin. And that's the start you want if you're Vitality. And they're just going to run the smokes. They're just going to run through the Molotovs. Dexter's got away with a pick. Maybe this is too quick from Vitality, but they're going to call it off. They're going to drop back.
And Spirit have rotated heavily over to that A site to try and keep it in good stead. Still another smoke from Asuta, but it's the mid play that may pay off for them. Apex with an all-important kill after getting the flash assist earlier. They won't go through mid. Dexter can spot that, but it's still just one man on the B site.
Yeah, Chopper's close to the P250. They're going to run him down. He's got to be able to get two out of this. And it's just not going to happen with the P250. He doesn't even get a single kill. Masuda taking him out with the AK. Sumda Young and Dexter. I mean, they have an AK, they have an AWP. You can certainly save those in the next one and have a pretty good buy, considering the rest of the squad have 2K in the bank. You can actually drop some weapons if you want. So they will have good money for next few rounds here.
All tied up. Any second now, we'll get confirmation. Apex, very vocal right now. Look at him go.
What? I love Apex.
He's so animated. His face tells 1,000 pictures.
Dude, if there was ever a Counter-Strike animation, Apex would be like the best character to work on. He already looks like he's in a cartoon or something. It's insane. He's just so much emotion.
I love it.
I missed it. I missed this. 14-14. Overtime, a real possibility now. We've had very close, or should I say, very one-sided games today in the best of ones in the B stream, Hawker. We've had one overtime already for Team Spirit. I think they're starting to get a little bit of flashbacks going in right now for Team Spirit. This is not how this should have gone. Vitality have clawed it all the way back. And now we're tied up 14-14. Vitality players in the tunnels. Sumda Young on the other side of things, the AK-47. He's got his teammate in behind him as well here. Mir's M4A1S might just be able to help him out. He's been fantastic on some of these B holes. Vitality heavily leaning towards B. This is all in on the B bomb site straight away.
They have one man on mid, but it's mainly the B player. Mir steps up with the early 2 kills.
That is such a nightmare for Vitality. SDY getting one as well. This is completely falling apart. Apex and shox have to do everything. They're going to start coming to the window, but Mir has found another. The spray through the smoke is enough to get a good start, and now it's just shox, and he's even found. What a round from Mir. 4K, 15 rounds secured for a Team Spirit as map point.
No traces on that M4A1S. Means that Mir can just go ahead and spam away all day. Takes that risk and it pays off for him. And that's the risk you run when going into that B bomb site. It's such a tight choke point. If someone gets the angle right, they're going to be able to get those kills on towards you. Mir does exactly that. And the round collapses from that point on. They were hoping Apex could be that man on the mid lurk, but here comes the long play. shox out early. Magic's there on the other side. A lot of flashes on long. Vitality don't have full control yet, though.
Oh, Kyojin. That's a nice headshot. Magic's from Pit, though. Quick to get the reply. 4v4. Now, how do they flush Magic's out of that? How much utility do they have to use just forcing that one player out of his position? And they haven't been able to do it, and Apex's dive down into CT has ended in misery. Mir has decided he's done with Dust2. He wants this to close here. Magic's in the pit. Keep your gun out. You don't want to go down here at all. And oh, he's been wrapped. Masuda, well played, taking that wider angle, getting out of the vision of Magic's, getting onto his blind spot. And that has turned it into a 3v3. And ZywOo still alive in middle, still the big hitter, still the player that can deliver them an impactful moment. Even though he may have gone quiet, he may have cooled down towards the end of this. You know he can ignite at any point. And that bomb is starting to come over towards B, and it looks like a good site to hit right now. There's only one player near the B bomb site, not even playing inside of the site, and that's SDY. If Vitality decide to walk through the tunnels into the site itself, it'll be quite easy for them. The issue is they don't have a smoke right now, so Masuda's going to use that into a CT. ZywOo has the smoke, so he can smoke off the doorway on B. But they're taking their time, and Masuda tried to fake out the A play, but now they've just got to go. Now they've just got to run it into B. And that utility is going to give them time to realize it is going to be the B hit. Team Spirit now turn their attentions over here. Don't think SDY is going to be able to do much about it, though, just yet. Good utility from Vitality. Bomb plant starting to come in for ZywOo. He's chunked down to 45. He'll stay alive, but significant damage done. And now shox holding into the tunnels. Walk up as Dexter. He goes down and out of play. Now 2v2, Vitality, they're about to pull this to overtime. Team Spirit looking to try and pull off the retake. 2 from tunnels. ZywOo holding the angle, but he goes down, and now it's just shox left alone. Spotted, he didn't turn around. He was so worried about the play through the double doors. He goes down, and Team Spirit walk away. 16-14, not even close, Hawker. Calculated, easy for Team Spirit. 16-14 win here on Dust2. Vitality hit the deck. We'll be right back after the break to break this one down. What a start to the best of 3.